All right, seventh graders, and welcome to this flipped review. Today on the flipped review, we're going to talk about the fall of Rome. You will have a 10 question quiz on Friday that kind of covers some of the information on the fall of Rome. Tomorrow we will review in class, but this is also a good way to review. I'd also advise you may want to watch the original video that was put out last Friday. You can find it on Skyward. In fact, I'll even attach it in this message on Skyward as well. So let's go ahead and get into why did Rome fall, or why did Rome fail, or why did Rome cease to exist over time? One of the major questions in history is the collapse of the Roman Empire. How did it happen? Why did it happen? This graph right here, this chart, kind of does a good job of explaining or breaking down the collapse of the Roman Empire, beginning with its social problems. Famine, disease spread throughout the empire. You're looking for your three paragraphs to make some comparisons. Does America see some of these events? Does America see social problems? If so, could they lead to the falling of the American empire, if you will, or our nation as we know it today? Do we have a weak government? The Romans did towards the end. Dishonest government officials provided poor leadership. Declining economy, that's a debatable topic as well. When you compare uh, to us in modern times as an American nation. Um, what I want for you on the three paragraphs is to gain your thoughts of current events compared to what we learn about the Romans. Tomorrow in class, we'll dig a little bit deeper into what the Romans actually were dealing with and looking at. You'll be able to use your textbook in class as a resource. And at the end of this, I will also walk you through how you can use your textbook at home as a resource. But study this graph, this chart, a little bit, because these will be some good areas for me to find questions for your quiz, including what happened after Rome. The Eastern Empire broke away. They created the Byzantine Empire. When did Rome fall? You can see the information is covered here. All right, so some students asked today about accessing the textbook online. I'm going to try to make this really simple. And if you still have problems, that's okay. Please come to me. We'll work those things out. But the first thing I want to talk to you about in terms of accessing the textbook online would probably be best described as going here to the website, connected.mcgrawhill.com. If you just type that part in, it should take you to the rest. When you log in, I'm going to show you a few generic logins that have been created that you should be able to log in and get some reference out of. Okay, you may want to pause the video for a second so you can take note of some of these. But these 12 usernames and passwords are generic, and they're set up to where you can access the online text at home. If you have issues with any of them, the odds are there may already be somebody online using that. I've tested them, and up to about 3 or 4 people can use them at a time. So if one doesn't work, try another. If two don't work, try maybe a third. And if a third doesn't work, uh, tell me about it tomorrow or Friday in class, and it may be something I need to fix on my end. When you access McGraw-Hill, you'll come to a page that looks like this. That's where you'll put in that login and username that I just provided for you. Like I said, if the first try does not work, try a second name. If the second one does not work, try a third. If the third doesn't work, talk to me about either Thursday or Friday in class. If you don't get an opportunity to log in, we will be using the text in class tomorrow as a review for Friday's quiz. When you do get to log in, if you want to use the text as a reference, that's a great source. I'm going to show you a few things in the text that will help you study. Remember, you want to come up here and you want to look for the chapter. It's chapter 3, The Decline of the Roman Empire. And you want to set it, go ahead and set it for lesson 1, Rome's decline. And you're going to click go. Once you do, it's going to bring up some of the reasons for Rome's decline. Tomorrow we're going to talk, or in your small groups, you're going to talk about the political confusion. You're also going to talk about economic weakness. You'll also be talking about invasions. We'll compare Rome's invasions to modern U.S. military That's something that has become a common theme as we've gone through this. Reforms. We're going to talk about Diocletian tomorrow and what Diocletian did with the empire. You'll see as you work through the online text that there's a lot of great information. Keep in mind though, Thursday in class, you're going to have access to this textbook. We will use time in class to review. So if you're watching this video and you want to access it online to get a little bit of a head start, that's awesome. I really encourage that. But if you don't, we will be using this textbook in class tomorrow, and we'll also have a review that kind of helps you put together your 3 paragraphs. You can also access this resource, the causes and effects. That's something we've looked at on this video as well as the previous flip video. And as we progress through the fall of the Roman Empire, if the McGraw-Hill text doesn't necessarily give you everything you want and you want to dig a little bit deeper, I'd recommend going to the Discovery Education Tech Book at ortn.discoveryeducation.com. You can use Skyward login and password to get there. Remember, for the Skyward logins, some of them have changed and you may need to try all caps. Hopefully at this point everybody knows their Skyward login and password. If you don't, you need to come to me on Thursday or Friday and we need to get that information for you. If you're not typing it in exactly ortn.discoveryeducation.com, you will not be able to access it. Don't Google search it. We have a specific site that's set aside just for our classes. All right, and logging on to Discovery Ed, you'll see, and yours may go to the U.S. History course automatically. If it does, just click on Switch Course, and you want to come to World History, which is prehistory to 1800. Click on the table of contents. And for the fall of Rome, you can see it's in chapter 10, and you can actually see it's a weakening empire. Now yours is going to look a little bit different. This is the teacher's version. On yours, it's not going to have model lesson, but you will have the 5 E's, as they're called. And those 5 E's, as you can see, are up here at the top: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, evaluate. You can check those out, and it will allow you to kind of explore this resource as well. There are videos that can help assist you as well. As you study. All right, this went a little bit longer than I hoped it would, but we will be talking tomorrow in class, kind of wrap up the fall and the reasons for the fall of Rome. You'll have a quiz on Friday over the fall of Rome.